My Sister Lives on the Mantelpiece, this year's choice for Arlington Reads Together, sparks discussion on understanding other cultures. Robbins Library invited the Daughters of Abraham, an interfaith book group, to talk about their experience.
The Daughters of Abraham happened fairly spontaneously. There's a woman who's now deceased. Her name was Edie Howe. And in 2001, First Church in Cambridge in Harvard Square had an open chapel on the day of the 9/11 attacks. And Edie was sitting there, and she looked to one side, and there was a Jewish woman, and she looked to the other side, and there was a Muslim woman, and she looked over, and there was a Hindu woman, and there were women and men of all stripes, as you see in Harvard Square. And she realized that she needed to do something. And she thought about it, and she thought to herself that she knew how to run a book group. And she said she wanted to create a book group that would take books and explain to people what it means to live a religion. You know, you can study religion by reading doctrine and reading life cycle events and reading the rules and the theory. But that's not what she was trying to get at. She was trying to figure out, what does it mean to be walking down the street with the moral compass of different religions.
I live in Newton, and I've grown up most of my life in Newton, Massachusetts. I'm a software engineer. I'm a mother of two girls who also went to school, grew up in Newton, Massachusetts. And I'm involved with the Islamic Center of Boston in Wayland. Our whole family's involved there for a while, and been part of the Daughters of Abraham for almost 10 years.
I'm originally from Puerto Rico. My husband is Cuban. My son was born in Texas, and my daughter was born in Mexico City. So we sort of a little bit of everything. I'm Catholic. I live in Newton. And I joined Daughters of Abraham shortly after it got started in Newton, so about 10 years. And it's been a wonderful experience altogether.
In order to be able to talk about why you make the decisions you make, if you're going to talk about what you would do like the person in the book, you end up figuring out what part of that, for me, what part of that is because I'm Jewish, and what part of that is because of something else I learned in my life. And I ended up learning a lot more about why I'm really Jewish than I would have if I didn't have to explain it in that way.
The panelists then answered several questions from the audience about the book My Sister Lives on the Mantelpiece and the Daughters of Abraham.
I'm interested in finding out more about the Daughters of Abraham and getting involved in my own book group if I can.
The book itself, I think, has a hopeful message to it, but I think the idea that what people believe and practice does not form an insurmountable barrier between them is very inspiring.
For Arlington Public News, this is Yawa Dikboe.